Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. So today what we're going to be doing is just hand excavation of a vein that we found several months ago. And what we want to do is just expose a bunch of this vein behind me. There's an extension of it in front of me, and we're going to be taking a bunch of samples. We're going to be sending some in for analysis. We'll have those at the end of the video. So we found a good vein, and we want to chase it a little bit, so let's get to her. Alright, so got my prospecting partner here. He's doing a little excavation. You have an exposed vein here. So this portion right here is quartz with sulfides, and then beside it you have a solid sulfide vein there. So the quartz vein is about 20-25 centimeters wide. Sulfide vein is about 5 to 10 centimeters wide. And this runs all the way over here. We've chased it to here. And then we think it comes over here and is exposed right here. You've seen this portion before. You have massive sulfides, solid masses. You have quartz with sulfides, pyrite, chalcopyrite being your primary sulfide, and you have some fine free mill gold in there. So more solid portion up there. And this vein heads underneath the overburden up here. So basically what we're doing is we're just doing a little hand trenching and hand exposing with shovels to see if we can get a bit more of the vein exposed, and then we're pulling off some samples, grab samples from above the vein as well as chip samples for an analysis. So we've got a few samples right here we're going to hammer open and take a look at that look like they have mineralization on them. And then we'll keep exposing. So here's some of the pieces of solid sulfides right there. Here's some of the quartz. You can see mineralization. And here you have pyrite and hematite and magnetite. Here's some of your schistose rock in contact with another, looks like barren quartz vein. And you have your solid sulfide vein, which is starting right there. So this would have been right beside this like that. Here's another layer of schistose rock with sulfides, and then you have your quartz vein with mineralization. Here's another piece of that. More hematite. You can see sulfides there. Here's more of your quartz veining here. Let's hammer a bit more. Just took a chunk here of this off of your vein. So we'll take a look at some of these samples. This is your quartz vein here. You got some really nice looking sulfides in there. Loads of chalcopyrite as you go down farther. This is all chalcopyrite in here. The stuff right there on your green is pyrite. Pretty much everything else in the quartz is chalcopyrite. And then this hunk right here is a mixture. So the way this was orientated is this right here, like that. So this is about the thickness of the vein we're dealing with right here. So about 25 centimeters, I'd say. This chunk right from here over to here we took off. You can see more of the exposed vein there. So it'll definitely be enough for a good sample. So we're finding a third branch off that vein, and we're finding material like this in quartz. You have free mill gold, you can see it under the jeweler's loupe, and magnetite in quartz. So looks like it's a branch off the vein. It might be a second parallel vein. It's hard to tell with so much dirt covering the vein and how rusty it is. But that's a good sample there. We got a whole bunch here. So let's just take a look at some of the samples. You can see your foliations of your schist. You have iron pyrite, very fine grain iron pyrite running with that. Associated with your quartz, you have iron pyrite, but you also have chalcopyrite as you go farther down in the vein. Nice big cube right there. Looks more like chalcopyrite to me. Definitely looks more like chalcopyrite to me. Same with the stuff in there. It's pretty difficult to see on camera the difference in some of the pyrite and chalcopyrite. Again, this is all chalcopyrite here. Maybe minor amounts of pyrite. More chalcopyrite. This side is more iron pyrite. More following your schists. So you can see that little bit of blue in there. Well, chalcopyrite, when it's oxidized, it gives off slightly iridescent colors. Sometimes, not always. So yeah, there's definitely bits of free mill gold in here too. Most of it's quite fine though. Magnetite in there. This is a nice piece showing your chalcopyrite right there. Again, these samples are just loaded, but they're so oxidized. You just have a lot covering the actual mineral. Here's more of the solid vein. You can see massive sulfides, pyrite and chalcopyrite. We've got tons and tons of samples today. Trying to get some good close-ups for you. And lots more samples. So that is all the samples we're getting for today. I think we're going to eventually expose this a bit more. We're going to have to use mechanical intervention. So that's machine. I'd like to chase this up farther that way, as well as kind of connect the dots between these two. But that's for the future. We're going to post a couple of saves for this vein and the work we did today, so stay tuned for that at the end of the video. And hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe out there. We'll see you guys in the next one.